All right, let's slowly get ourselves started. So come on over to your mat if you're practicing on the mat. Otherwise, roll out a pillow or sorry, a blanket or a towel and have your props handy around you. It may be great today to have a strap or a couple of blocks, whatever it is you'd like to use. And let's get started by coming down to a child's pose to begin. So using any props that you would like to support you in your child's pose, come on down. So coming down to the knees, as wide or as narrow as you'd like those knees to be. Feel free to pad up the fronts of the knees with a pillow or a blanket. Feel free to pad up the backs of the knees by rolling up a towel or a pillow. And you can always send your weight a little bit further forward in child's pose. You can also place your head on something soft, a pillow or a towel, with the hips back, just allowing the chest to fall nice and heavy. Finding that place for your forehead to rest. I love the forehead to rest in child's pose. We have this lovely little pressure point on our forehead that can just remind our bodies to find a little bit more calm and ease. It's relaxing our nervous systems a little bit. And if child's pose is not happening for you today, that's fine. Come on up to a seated position, cross-legged, one shin on top of the other or in front of the other, or take your legs a little bit further forward in front of you. And once you're there, if it's possible, just allowing the eyes to softly close as you settle into the body. If not, just begin by softening around the eyes, the muscles around the eyes, and just letting the gaze settle and soften. Beginning with some nice deep breaths into the belly. Just feeling your way into your body. Noticing what's present today. Each and every day is different. Each and every moment is different. So just taking some time to notice what's happening in the body here and now. Before we begin to really move our bodies, let's bring to mind something that we are grateful for. So the more we practice actively bringing to mind moments of gratitude, the easier it gets. And as we move through our lives, our reactions to things are more geared towards gratitude as opposed to feeling like we've been cheated out of something or hard done by. So the more we practice, the easier it just simply happens in your life. And I think that can be a little bit useful these days. So let's just bring to mind something that you are grateful for. And it may take you a little while to find that. That's okay. It may be something really simple like your cup of coffee or tea this morning. It may be something a little bit more detailed, like the feeling of the fresh, cool winter breeze on your face as you took a walk. Just bring to mind whatever it is that you are grateful for. Just notice how it feels to actively choose to be there in that state of gratitude. Take one more deep breath in and out. And let's slowly bring ourselves up to our hands and our knees, finding a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, reach your heart forward, gently arch your back. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, begin to lift your heart forward, arching through your spine. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Come on back to a nice neutral spine here. Walk your hands forward just a little bit in front of your shoulders. Slowly start to shift your hips forward just a little, and then the hips shift over to the right, gently back towards that direction of a child's pose, but not quite. And then over to the left, coming forward, feeling those hip flexors stretch out the fronts of the thighs. Rolling to the right, around to the back, over to the left. One more time in that direction. Good, and then gently switch directions over to the left to begin. Round to the back, to the right, and forward. Take your time. As you come forward, allow yourself to open up the fronts of the thighs. Good. And then as you come back to center, slowly walk your hands back. And we'll come to sit on our heels. Now, if sitting on your heels with your knees down is not happening for you today, feel free again to come into a cross-legged position and take this for the upper body. From here, take your right fingertips behind you and lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Open up through the front of the body. Feel free to stay with that, or if you'd like, really energize through your right hand and lift the hips up, also opening up the fronts of the thighs there. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower those hips down. And we'll take the other side. So left fingertips are palm down, or your fists. I'm using my fist because of my wrist injury. And then lift that right arm up. Stay right here, or press into the hand and lift the hips up, opening up. Nice, great big stretch. And as you exhale, lower back down, and we'll come back forward to our hands and our knees, finding that tabletop position. Move through a few cats and cows there, just to reestablish your awareness of the spine. Good. And now let's bring ourselves back to a nice neutral spine. From here, tuck your right toes back behind you and send your right leg back. Feeling free to stay right there or lift your right leg up to about hip height. From there, gently pull your right heel in towards your glute and then extend the right leg long. Heel moves towards your glute and extend the leg long. One more time, heel moves towards the glute and extend the leg long. Keep that leg long. Perhaps reach your left arm forward. You can let it touch down at any point. It doesn't have to stay. Feel that energy reaching forward, reaching back, but pull through the center of the body. So we're really actively engaging there. From here, pull your right heel towards your glute. Reach your left arm back towards the direction of that foot. And maybe you stay right here reaching, or if it's available, grab the top of your foot and gently lift the leg a little bit more, feeling that length in the front of your right thigh. Keep your right palm firmly pressing down. And then we'll slowly release to extend the arm and extend the leg. Release the hand, release the knee. Take a few little rolls of your spine there. So maybe some cats and cows. I actually really like some circles. So I kind of let the hips dictate that movement. I just draw a few circles with the hips, letting that travel up the spine. Good. And then let's come back to neutral and we'll take the other side. So tuck the left toes back behind you. As you send your left leg back, you may want to stay right there or lift that leg up to about hip height. Feeling free to stay there or pull the left heel towards your glute and extend. Pull heel towards glute and extend. One more time, heel towards glute and extend. Stay right here, or if you'd like, Reach your right arm forward. Feel that beautiful energy reaching forward, reaching back, but keeping that support through the center of the body. From here, pull your left heel towards your glute. Reach your right arm back. And maybe you stay right there, or perhaps you grab hold of that foot and you gently press the foot into the hand just to feel that length in the front of the thigh. Steady your gaze. Lots of nice deep breaths. Let's slowly release to extend the arm and extend the leg. Release the hand, release the knee, and again, take a few little movements there for your spine. So I'm going to take some circles, rolling around through my hips and my pelvis. You can move into cats and cows if you prefer. Just a little bit of movement there. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to a nice neutral spine. We'll walk our arms forward here, dropping the chest between the shoulders in your puppy pose. Take a moment to settle your breath, lengthen your spine. Let the chest fall nice and heavy. Now, keeping your forearms and your palms down, slide your chest forward, dropping your hips into a Sphinx pose. Forearms are down, elbows underneath your shoulders, so adjust yourself to support. Reach your heart forward as you lengthen out of your waist. Engage your belly and lengthen your tailbone. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat and steady your gaze. Let your head be soft. From here, bend your right knee, pull your right heel towards the glute, and just notice how that feels. You can stay with that or root your left forearm down, reach back with your right hand, and maybe grab hold of the foot. This reaching is a beautiful action. You don't have to grab hold of the foot if it's not available today. Otherwise, gently pulling the foot towards the leg and let that foot have a little bit of resistance so it presses into the hand there as well. Good, let's come back through to center, releasing that, come back to your Sphinx. Again, bend that left knee or left heel towards your glute, left knee is bent. Stay with that or root your right forearm down, reach back with that left hand. And that active reaching is enough, or if you have it, you can grab hold of that foot. And again, let there be a little bit of resistance. The foot presses back, and see if you can let your left hip fall heavy here. Good, let's slowly release to come back into your Sphinx pose. Lower yourself down to your belly. Find your palms beside your ribs. Lift your heart forward into a nice low cobra. Really press the tops of the feet down and perhaps experiment with lifting the hands away from the mat, just balancing there for a moment. Good, and then press your palms back down. Gently lift your heart into a nice low cobra or a high cobra. If you'd like more support, keep your forearms down in your Sphinx pose. It's not about height. One is not more advanced than the other. It's about honoring your body, having gratitude for what is there. Let's slowly lower down. Take a moment to notice how that feels on your spine. Sometimes it's nice to just gently rock the hips from side to side. And we'll lift one more time, either onto your forearms or your palms. Sphinx, low cobra, high cobra, or if you'd like, take an upward facing dog. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat and lifting the knees with the palms firmly pressing down. Opening up your heart. And then nice and slowly, let's lower all the way back down. Push up through to your hands and your knees, and feel free to stay on your hands and your knees, actively engaging the belly. Or reach your arms forward in your puppy pose, or if you'd like, move into a downward facing dog, pressing the palms down as you lift your hips up and back. And take some nice deep breaths here. Some little bit of movement, maybe bend into one knee and the other, pedaling out through the feet, perhaps sway through your hips, shake out the head if you'd like. Good, and from here, nice and slowly, let's start to tiptoe or walk your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees there as much as you'd like. As you come forward, hang nice and heavy over your legs. Give your head a little shake out. And then slowly take a deeper bend to your knees. Start to roll yourself up, bringing yourself up to stand at the front of your mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. So feel free to keep your feet hip width apart or wider if you'd like, or big toes touching, heels a sliver apart. And as you ground down through your feet, find a nice big reach up. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. As you exhale, connect your palms, drag yourself back down through center. Hang heavy over your legs and find your halfway lift. Palms will come to the shins, the thighs, or a prop. You can always use a block here or a chair. That floor feels far away. And then as you exhale, fold back down, root your palms down, step your feet back and find your plank pose. Feeling free to take your plank from your hands and your feet or your hands and your knees, forearms and feet or forearms and knees. Take a moment there, engage your belly, lengthen your tailbone. And then lower all the way down to the belly, either from your hands and your knees or your hands and your feet. As you release yourself down, find an inhale to take your back bend, either with your forearms or your palms down. Reach your heart forward. And with an exhale, slowly lower back down, push up through to your hands and your knees, take down dog or tabletop or puppy pose. Taking a nice deep breath here, lengthen your spine. And then inhale, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, tiptoe, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to your hands. Hanging nice and heavy over your legs, let your head go. Finding your halfway lift, palms come to the shins, the thighs are a prop. Reach that heart forward. As you exhale, fold, take an inhale, sweep the arms down, around and up, bringing yourself up to stand. Exhale, come back through to your Tadasana. As you ground down through your feet, inhale, guide the arms up. Connect your palms through heart center, slowly release down. Find your palms to your shins, flat back. Exhale, fold, step your right leg back behind you, lower the right knee down, low lunge. Pat up your back knee if you need a little extra support there, and feel free to place your hand up on a prop if the floor feels far away from you, whatever it is you happen to be using today. Take a nice deep breath as you anchor that left knee, tracking over your toes, breathing steady. From here, keep your right fingertips or palm where they are. Reach your left arm forward and then sweep that left arm back, taking a circle there for your shoulder. Again, reach that left arm forward, sweep it back. One more time, reach that left arm forward, sweep it back. Release your hands back down to frame your front foot. Gently bend your back knee, pull your heel towards your glute, and release. Bend your back knee, heel moves towards your glute, and release. One more time. And release, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, take your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Hang heavy. Find your halfway lift, palms come to the shins, thighs, or a prop. As you exhale, fold, step your left leg back behind you, lowering that left knee down to the mat. Double up your mat if you'd like extra padding. Feel free to place your hands up on a prop if that floor feels far away. Reach your heart forward with your right knee tracking over your toes. Anchor yourself here. Keep your left fingertips or palm down. Reach your right arm forward and then reach that right arm up, back, down, and forward. Drawing some circles there for your shoulder. Taking that as big or as small as you'd like. And we'll release that right hand back down to frame our front foot. From here, bend your left knee, pull heel towards glute, and release. Bend the left knee, heel towards glute, activate, and release. One more time, feel that strength, and release. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, take your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Find your halfway lift, palms come to the shins, the thighs, or a prop. As you exhale, root your palms down, step your feet back to find your plank pose. Take a moment to set that up in your body. And then lower down to the belly, hands and knees, hands and feet. Or if you practice chaturanga, go right ahead. On your inhale, lift into your back bend, Sphinx, low cobra, high cobra, or up dog. And as you exhale, lower down, push up through the hands and knees, take down dog, puppy, or table. Take a nice deep breath. Good, and then nice inhale, lift up onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, tiptoe, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to your hands. Halfway lift, palms come to the shins, the thighs are a prop. Exhale, fold. Inhale, guide the arms up, come to stand. And exhale, back through to your Tadasana. As you ground down through your feet, inhale, lift the arms up. Connect through your palms as you bow forward over your legs. Find your halfway lift. Palms come to the shins, thighs, or a prop. As you exhale, fold and step your right leg back behind you again. Lower that right knee down to the mat. Double up your mat if you need that extra padding, and support yourself with blocks under your hands if that floor feels far away. Now the right fingertips or palm will come down here and we'll reach that left arm forward again. Now from here, lift that left arm up, reach the left arm back. Bend your right knee, heel towards the glutes. Stay with that, or if it's available, grab hold of that foot and gently bring it in towards your body. Not overdoing it. Allow that left shoulder to rotate open, creating space, and keep lengthening your torso forward. Good. From there, we'll slowly release. We'll take our hands to the inside of that left leg. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Turn towards the long edge of your mat in a wide-legged forward fold. Big toes are slightly pigeon-toed in. Take a moment, walk your fingertips forward, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, release into your forward fold with the arms down, or with the hands down, or the arms dangling. It doesn't matter. And then one more time, reach your heart forward, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, come into your forward fold. Walk your hands towards the direction of the left toes. Turn the left toes to face the front of the mat. Pivot on the ball of your back foot. And step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Hang heavy. Halfway lift. Palms come to the shins. The thighs are a prop. Exhale, fold and step your left leg back behind you, lowering your left knee down to the mat. Organize yourself. You may want a little bit of extra support or padding. You may want to lift those hands up on a prop. From there, reach your right arm forward. Left hand is down. Reach that right arm up and back. Reaching back, feel that lovely opening. And then play with the idea of bending that left knee. Perhaps staying right there, or maybe grabbing hold of that left foot, pulling your heel towards the glute, feeling that opening, and then reminding yourself to allow yourself some space for the chest, still finding length in the torso. Good. From there, we'll release. We'll tuck our back toes, lift our back knee with the hands to the inside of that right leg. Turn to face the long side of your mat and find that wide-legged forward fold. Big toes slightly pigeon-toed in. Walk your fingertips forward, lengthen your spine, but press your hips back. And then release into your forward fold, maybe with the palms down, maybe with the arms dangling. One more time, reach forward, find length in your spine, press the hips back, and come into your forward fold. Walk your hands towards the direction of your right toes. Turn your right toes to face the front of the mat. Pivot on the ball of your back foot and step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Finding your halfway lift, palms come to the shins, the thighs, or a prop. Exhale, root your palms down, step your feet back to your plank pose. Take a moment, set that up in your body. As you exhale, lower down to the belly, hands and knees, hands and feet, or chaturanga. On your inhale, lift the heart forward, find your back bend to Sphinx, low cobra, high cobra, or up dog. Exhale, lower down, push up through the hands and knees. Take down dog, or stay on your hands and knees, or take puppy pose. Take a nice, deep, refreshing, renewing breath. And then we'll lift up onto the balls of our feet. Bend the knees, tiptoe, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to your hands. Find your halfway lift. Reach the heart forward. As you exhale, fold. Take an inhale here, sweep the arms up, bring yourself up to stand. And exhale, come back through to your Tadasana. As you ground down through your feet, take a nice inhale, sweep the arms up. Connect through your palms and bow forward over your legs. Find your halfway lift, reach your heart forward. As you exhale, fold, step your right leg back behind you and land on the ball of your right foot, setting up for crescent lunge. Feel free to lower that back knee down at any point, and again, your hands can be up on an elevated prop. Breathe your heart forward as you lengthen your spine. You may want to stay here, or you can come up to your thigh first or lift the arms up right away into your crescent lunge. Try to stay really nice and stable through the legs with your left knee tracking over your toes and active through that back leg. So feel that back heel pressing back. From here, some arm circles. Let's release the arms back, down, forward, and up. Release the arms back, down, forward, and up. One more time, releasing back, down, forward, and up. Now pivot your back foot flat and land in a warrior two. Front heel lines up with your back arch with your left knee tracking over your toe. Ribs line up with hips as you steady your gaze past the front fingertips. From here, flip your left palm up. Take your back hand, wrap it around your waist, and lift that left arm up and back. Reverse warrior variation here. Let that top shoulder soften. Breathe. Come back through to your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to meet your front foot. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot and lower that back knee down to your mat. Right fingertips are palm down. Lift that left arm up. Reach that left arm back. Bend your right knee. And keep reaching, or maybe grab hold of that foot. Let that left shoulder open up. Releasing that. Bring your hands to the inside of that left leg. Tuck your back toes. Turn to the long side of your mat. Find your wide-legged forward fold. Walk your fingertips forward. Press your hips back as you lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold. Walk your hands towards the direction of the left toes. Turn the left toes to face the front. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot. Now stepping the back foot forward to meet your front foot. Finding your halfway lift, palms come to the shins, the thighs are a prop. As you exhale, fold and step your left leg back behind you. Set up for your crescent lunge. Feel free to lower that back knee down. Feel free to place your hands up on an elevated prop. Lifting up into your crescent lunge, you can come to your thigh first or lift up right away. Stabilize through the legs, so feel that front foot really pressing down and that back heel pressing back to activate the thigh. Breathing here, some arm circles. Exhale, releasing the arms back, down, forward, and up. Back, down, forward, and up. Back, down, forward, and up. Pivot your back foot flat. Land yourself in warrior two. Adjust yourself so your front heel lines up with your back arch. Active through that back leg. Right knee is strong and stable, tracking over your toes. Flip that right palm up. Take your left hand, wrap it around your waist. Lift your right arm up into your reverse warrior. Soften your top shoulder. Lift out of both side waists. Come back through to your warrior two. From here, cartwheel your hands down. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Lower your back knee down to your mat. Left fingertips or palm down. Reach your right arm up and back. Bend that back knee, that left knee, and you maybe reach or perhaps you hold on to the foot. Stay where you'd like to stay, stop where you'd like to stop. It's all valuable. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, release, take your hands to the inside of that right leg. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Find your wide-legged forward fold with your big toes slightly pigeon-toed in. Walk the fingertips forward, find a long spine. As you exhale, walk your hands back and towards your right toes. Turn your right toes to face the front. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot and step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Take a moment to hang nice and heavy. And then find your halfway lift. Palms come to the shins, the thighs are a prop. As you exhale, root your palms down, step back to your plank. Take a breath. Lower down to the belly, hands and knees, hands and feet, or chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart forward into your back bend. Exhale, lower down, push up through to your hands and your knees. Downward facing dog, table, or puppy pose. Find a nice deep breath there. And then exhale, lower your knees down, breathe your hips back towards your heels. A brief child's pose. Taking a nice deep breath in. Again, if child's pose is not working for you, come to sit in a nice, comfortable seated position. Feeling a sense of gratitude for this body that allows us to move. Let's gently walk our hands back towards our hips, sitting up really nice and tall. Again, you could be seated on your bottom instead of on your heels if that feels better. Right fingertips behind you, left arm lifts up. Perhaps lift the hips, open up. Come back through center, other side, left fingertips or palm down. Reaching open, lifting that right arm up. And nice and slowly come back through center. Walk your hands back forward. Lift into a brief downward facing dog. Then inhale, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, tiptoe, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to your hands. Now here, just allow yourself to fold heavy. Let your head go. Maybe even give your hips a little shake. Take a deeper bend to your knees. Slowly roll yourself up. Head comes up last. Once you're up, take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. If it doesn't feel good to have your hands on your body, have your hands beside your body. All is valuable. Take a moment to close your eyes and notice how you feel. Feeling the breath moving in and out. And just take a moment to recognize and to know that this is enough. Here, this is enough. Standing in your body, there's nothing you have to do. So you can always stay here. You can stay here for our entire practice, and that in itself is an incredible practice. If you'd like, allow your eyes to open, a nice soft focus for the eyes. Releasing the hands if they were on your body. Steady your gaze, feel your feet. Slowly start to shift your weight into your left foot and lighten up on your right foot. And lighten up on your expectations as well. We're not looking for perfection. You can have a sense of humor as to whatever happens. From here, you can let that right foot touch down at any point. If you'd like, bend your right knee, pulling your heel towards your glute. Reach back with your right hand and grab hold of the foot. You can let it touch down again at any point. Let's take our left hand to our heart. If you'd like, start to move into a dancer's pose, pressing the foot into the hand, opening up through the heart. Maybe you'd like to lift that left arm up. Again, invite a sense of humor. Come in and out of the pose as much as you'd like. We can exhale, slowly lower down. Plant your feet down. Root your feet down. Lengthen and grow through the spine. Steady your gaze. Play with the idea of lifting the left foot up. Let it touch down at any point. Stay with that, or bend your left leg behind you. Hold on to the foot. Right hand comes to your heart. Stay with that, or gently press the foot into the hand, opening into a dancer pose. Maybe lift your right arm up. Having a sense of humor. Whatever happens, happens. As you exhale, slowly lower back down, root that left foot down. Grow the length of your spine, settle the shoulders. Breathe. And then we'll drop our head, drop the shoulders, roll yourself down. A heaviness here. Finding your palms down, step your feet back, lower down to your belly. Come down with care, lower those knees down to begin. As you release down to your belly, let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands and breathe. From here, we'll reach our arms back, feel the fingertips pulling towards the back. Maybe lift the chest. Seeing if you can find that fine balance of working and also ease. So there's still lots of space for breath. The head is gentle here. We're not craning the neck. And then slowly lower back down, let your forehead rest. From here, keep your head where it is. Play with the idea of gently lifting the legs. And it may just be the thought of lifting, and that's okay. Just reminding those legs of their strength. Let's lower back down. Stay with the top half of your body or the bottom half of your body, or add them together here with me. So let's reach back. Feel the fingertips pulling back and the legs maybe gently lift. Breathe. Find that fine balance. Exhale, lower back down. Take a moment. Breathe. Rest if you'd like, or lift again. Reach your arms back. Fingertips reach back, maybe the legs lift. If you'd like here, bend your knees and hold on to your feet and maybe lift into Dhanurasana. Reaching is enough. You don't have to actually hold on to the feet. And if you'd like to use a strap to extend the length of your arms, you can do so. One more nice deep breath. And as you exhale, release, melt into the mat. Bend the knees, take a few little windshield wipers, rocking the feet from side to side. Come on up with the goal of just neutralizing your spine a little bit. So push up through the hands and knees, and maybe you'd like to take some cats and cows, or perhaps you feel comfortable settling the hips back into a child's pose, wherever you'd like to be. Let those shoulders fall nice and heavy. Good, and then nice and slowly, let's bring ourselves up. We're gonna come to sit, moving through deer pose. So you can sit up on the back of your yoga mat, or a blanket or a pillow if you'd like, just to give yourself a little bit of a boost. You can also feel free to skip it for deer pose. I might actually skip it for my deer pose and feel my sit bones a little bit more grounded. Take your knees bent, feet in front of you. Take your fingertips behind you, and let's just take those knees nice and wide and move through a few windshield wipers there. So gently leaning back as you allow the knees to rock from side to side, feeling your way through your hips. And then let's let our knees settle at the right side and just adjust yourself so you feel support here. Right knee is bent in line with your ankle. Left knee is bent in line with your ankle. If the ankles need a little bit more support and padding, you can place soft pillows or blankets. Keep that left knee grounded down. Lift out of your waist. And just notice how this feels. If you want to be seated up on something, place a soft pillow or blanket underneath your hips. And you can stay upright here. This is more than enough. Or gently start to shift your weight forward. Gently coming into a forward fold. You can walk your hands forward if you're comfortable coming onto your forearms. Go ahead. Let's just take some nice deep breaths here. Good. Now let's slowly come up. We're going to add a twist. So as you come up, take your hands to the outside of that left thigh and just gently start to rotate towards the right. Keep that left knee firmly planted down. Stay here, or if there's a little bit more space, perhaps you start to come into a deeper twist. You can also take your forearms down if that's available, but try to keep that left knee grounded down. Just feel the spine gently twisting. And you may feel a greater sensation in that left hip flexor here. Good. Let's slowly come back up through to center. And let's move through some windshield wipers. So as you come up, hands come behind you, gently rock the knees from side to side. And when you're ready, drop the knees over to the left and we'll take the other side. Knees and ankles in line, flexing through your feet. Right knee is firmly down and you can play with the distance between the legs there. Stay upright. If there's some available space, perhaps you tilt forward. Again, stay where you'd like to stay, stop where you'd like to stop. Once you've found that sweet spot, take some nice deep breaths. We'll slowly start to bring ourselves up and we'll add that twist. So once you're up, keep that right knee grounded down. Start to turn your body towards the left. Lift up and out of your waist. Feel that gentle twist. Feel free to stay right there. Slowly move into it if you'd like. If you're comfortable, you can allow the forearms to come down as you sort of settle into that spinal twist. Let the body release. Some nice, deep, full breath. Good, and then nice and slowly, let's bring ourselves up through the center. Again, hands come behind you. A few windshield wipers, rocking from side to side. Good. And then we'll settle ourselves into a wide-legged forward fold. So taking those legs nice and wide, I am going to sit up on a blanket. You can, again, roll up the back of your yoga mat or place a soft pillow or blanket underneath your hips, just so we have a little bit more energy lifting us out of the waist. From here, flex through your feet, turn your body towards your right leg. Just take a moment. Before we do anything, just noticing how that feels. Press your thighs down, your heels down, and maybe you stay there, or perhaps you gently walk yourself forward. Take your time. Try to keep your left hip grounded down. Now there's a slight twist here, so we're gently turning towards the leg, so we may feel that traveling up our spine. That's great. Lots of fullness in your breath, so really expand the exhales. One more deep breath. And slowly walk yourself up through center. Lift up through center and then turn your body towards the left leg. Lifting up, just notice how that feels right here. And maybe you want to stay there, that's enough. Or if there's some availability, perhaps tilt yourself forward. Not moving towards our full range of motion. Let this be a really nice, sweet, gentle stretch on the body. Not overdoing it, not pushing it. Know where you have to be. Just let that body sort of wash forward. Adding that gentle twist to let that travel up your spine. Let your right hip fall heavy. Finding sweetness in this stretch, so not too much. Good, one more breath. And slowly come back up to center. Take your fingertips behind you and just take a moment to lean back into your fingertips a little. Open up. Maybe a few little movements there. And you can stay there, fingertips back, or slowly take your hands forward. And we're just going to slowly walk ourselves forward so you can stay up. If and when you notice there's a little bit of available space, just gently walk into it. Stay there for a moment. And again, if and when you notice there's a little bit more space, you can gently move into it. And stay there for a moment. We can always do more, but sometimes just doing less and staying there a little bit longer can add a lot of value. Again, once you're here for a little bit, if you find there's a little bit more space, maybe you move into it. We don't have to rush to move a little bit further. We can stay right here. Lots of nice full breaths. Good, nice and slowly start to bring yourself up. Take your time. Again, we don't have to rush to be up. Let it be sweet, let it be gentle. And once you're up, take your fingertips behind you, lift up, open up. You may want to take a few little shifts from side to side. Good, and then we'll bend our knees, take your legs forward and give the legs a little shake out. And we'll find our way down to our backs. So come on down with care. Once you're down, hug your knees into your chest and give your knees a nice little squeeze. Hugging those knees in, maybe take a few little rocks from side to side. Good. Keep hugging your right knee into the chest. Give it a really good squeeze and plant your left foot down. From there, start to take your foot so the bottom of your foot is up towards the ceiling. Keep the knee bent, and you can hold on to the back of your thigh here or the calf, or reach around to the outside edge of your foot and gently pull the knee to the outside of your ribs towards the inside of your armpit. Half happy baby, just take a moment. And keep hold of that foot, gently start to release. Pull your right ankle towards your left thigh. Rotate the right hip open and flex your right foot. You can stay with that or weave your hands through. So taking thread the needle, you can hold on to the back of the thigh or the front of the shin and gently pull your right hip forward. Try to even out the distribution of weight through the hips. So notice if you're sort of sinking to one side, just even it out a little bit more. Good, let's slowly release. Take both feet down, feet about as wide as your yoga mat, and just take a few little windshield wipers here, rocking the knees from side to side. Good, and then hugging both knees into the chest. Hug your right knee in, give that right knee a good squeeze and plant your left foot down. Really squeeze that left knee in. Take your foot so the bottom of the foot is up towards the ceiling, and you can hold on to the back of your thigh here, your calf, or if you'd like, reach around to the outer edge of the pinky toe side of that left foot. So the arm is on the inside of the leg. Knee is moving towards the outside of your ribs, towards your armpit. And then as we sort of soften up and release that grip, we'll take that left ankle to our right thigh, setting up for figure four, or thread the needle. So rotating that left hip open, you can stay with that or reach through and grab hold of the back of the thigh or the shin and gently pull the leg in towards the body. Notice if our bodies are sort of turning towards one side, can we even out where we rest our body on our hips? Something that's so nice about taking shapes and stretches on our backs is that we can really feel the breath through the back ribs into the floor, into the mat. So just take some time to really feel that breath in your body. Good, and then we'll slowly let that go. Again, hug your knees into your chest. Releasing that grip. Feet as wide as your yoga mat, a few little windshield wipers. And then allowing the knees to settle towards the right side. You can keep those knees separated here, or if you'd like, you could take the bottom foot and just gently press it on the left outer edge of that left thigh or knee. Try to keep those shoulders down and then adjust yourself so it feels a little bit more supportive. If that's not working for you, feel free to stack one knee on top of the other or cross the top knee over the bottom knee, or again, have those knees separated. Sometimes it takes a little bit of shifting and wiggling to find that sweet spot in your body. You can take the time. Just letting the body spill into the mat. Let's slowly release. Come back through center, feet about as wide as your yoga mat. Again, a few little windshield wipers. Rock those knees from side to side. Letting the knees settle towards the left side. Let the shoulders fall heavy. Stay with that or take that left foot and just let it rest on the outside of the right thigh or knee. A little bit of support to bring you into that spinal twist. And if it's not right, stack your knees, one on top of the other or cross the top knee over the bottom knee. Support yourself with any pillows or blankets you'd like. And feel free to wiggle and adjust into the shape so you feel a little bit more at ease, where we can really surrender the weight of our body down. Soften the muscles of your face. And nice and slowly, let's come back through the center. From here, prepare for your final posture, Shavasana. So if there are any socks or sweaters you'd like to put on, go ahead. Any sips of water or final movements you'd like to take, feel free. And then find the most comfortable position for your body to rest in today. Perhaps a corpse pose, legs extended, arms extended, eyes closed. Or souped up Baddha Konasana, take the soles of the feet together, knees open to the side. Or take the soles of the feet to the outside of your yoga mat. Let your knees knock in at center for constructive rest. Or feel free to curl up on your side or your belly. Support yourself with soft pillows or blankets. Surrendering the weight of your body down. Feel the muscles of your face nice and heavy towards the earth. And if you're comfortable, you can allow the eyes to softly close. Relaxing your toes and your feet, your legs and your hips, your belly and your chest, your shoulders and your arms, your hands and your fingers, releasing some tension in your neck, your jaw, the space between your eyebrows, your forehead, and rest. And slowly begin to bring a greater awareness to your body and the space around you. And perhaps invite your breath to deepen, or invite a little bit of movement back to your body. Maybe wiggle the fingers, the toes. Perhaps take a stretch. Any movement that just comes to you. And when you're ready from there, bring yourself up to a nice, comfortable seated position. And we will end our practice together today. Once you find yourself there, allowing your arms to rest where they feel best, perhaps beside your body or on your body. Maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly, or hands at prayer. Take a moment to bow your head and invite that feeling of gratitude to your body for moving you through your practice today, for supporting you. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice today. I am so grateful for you for sharing your practice with me. Stay well. Thank you so much. Lovely to be with you as always. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a lovely weekend if you have one. And I hope to see you next week on Wednesday or on Friday, same time, same place. And again, you can always let me know if you have any questions or sharings. Otherwise, thanks so much for joining me.